Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 0 of this Starsector Grand AI tournament. Is there a proper name for this one? I mean, Oryxon's organizing it as far as I can tell, and he's in chat, so...
I thought this was the proper start. We don't even know the script.
Please, professionalism. This is totally the proper start.
You're right, we are professionals.
Round 0 is versus AI, but this is basically a showcase and an initial bench test for all the fleets, because as of next week, it's going to be 2v2s. Like PvP, the 2v2. And the point of today, as far as I can understand it from Oryxon and from Tarty told me, is that all the teams here are going to be scored on time. And so that next week, the best team and the worst team can get paired off as the doubles for the tournament. So there is a purpose to this, but it's also to show off the fleets, which is kind of nice. Kind of hard to keep track on chat again, so I'll probably defer to you on chat as well, unless there's something I particularly want to know about. One way to get me to see something is to definitely to cheer it or donate for it. Then I'll definitely see it. Also want to say
give him money, guys. I don't get paid, but I'm going to encourage it anyway.
I'll say also I'm going to encourage a lot of clipping. Please clip anything you think this looks interesting.
So Nemo, when is my check coming in anyway?
It's in the mail.
It's the wrong address in a different country, Nemo.
Oh well. Good grief. Well, you'll get it eventually. If the check might not still be valid though, but that's not my problem. Yeah. So basically there are 16 players for the tournament, and that means there's 16 missions to be done versus a fairly simple AI. I mean, just covering the AI so far, because everyone's fighting the same bunch of weaponized Toastners, which includes the Dragon class, a couple of Sagaris pirate versions, a couple of Tigers. This is not supposed to be a difficult fight. It's mainly a showcase of what each fleet has at the moment, and what they can do. And basically, it's a timing exercise to figure out who's going to get paired with who next week.
What mod are those ships from? The Sakaris thing?
Sakaris are, I believe, are Tirador mods. It's a Tirador missile destroyer. Which I think Tirador isn't actually in the tournament, but the mod is active just for the purpose of getting these Sagaris Ps. Also,
yeah, I'm not very familiar with any of the .8 era mods.
There's some really fun like fleets this time around. I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Oh hell, it's got a locust.
Let's have a look at this then. We have. I'm going to cover the pirates now, just because I'm going to have to cover it 16 times. We have the Dragon with the light TPC at the front, Mark 9 autocannon, 2 double Hephaestus, some rocket pods, machine guns, railguns, a Razor fighter wing. I don't remember the Razors. The Flash bombers are the Remnant proximity charge launchers, and the Razors are light Needler fighters. Okay. And Sagaris.
Oh, those are the new ones from Ship and Weapon Pack, I think.
Are they? Oh, cool. Yeah. The more recent something is less likely I've just seen it.
Yeah.
Sagaris Ps, are they both the same variant? Fly Swatters, yeah. They're technically the whole point about them is they got large missile. It's a destroyer with a large missile slot.
Remember, this isn't necessarily the entire fleet.
Is it not?
We don't know.
What?
I mean, we don't have any reason to assume it is, because we've already done the wave format thing before, so like maybe...
Oh yes, that's true. I don't know if it's a wave thing.
We have been given no information.
Yeah, I have no idea. This is how this is being organized. Apparently Razor is Underworld.
Underworld, right, the other one.
I don't know if there are going to be any. Oh, 44 viewers. Oh my god, this is amazing. Thank you very much, guys. It is the Infire Fleet. There are no waves. This is meant to be quick. I mean, it's meant to be 16 fights, guys, and we've only got 4 hours to do it in. No waves. It's not a survival mode. Again, this is just a showcase. Anyway, so first up today, or this evening, are Grimm's Reapers. This is the low-tech fleet, I believe. Do you have access to the GDocs file so you can actually go through who's got what?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you have access to the Google Docs file so you can see what who's got what?
Yeah, I can open that.
Cool. Yeah, because Grimm's got low tech, which is an onslaught with double Mjolnirs and a Gauss cannon, are the big ones here, with heavy autocannons, HVDs, assault chain guns, and anti-rocket pods. Yeah, I mean, onslaughts are always formidable, with gunnery control AI, an automated repair unit as well. Then we have an Enforcer with heavy mortars, sabos. Sabos and harpoons have been heavily nerfed for this tournament, as far as I believe.
Yeah, they have slightly faster max speed, but they don't turn very well, so they kind of just get thrown in a line, and they do like half as much damage.
And sabos only fire 2 missiles rather than 4, and it's not really it's not nerf. It's a function change to stop the massive sabo storms.
I would say the medium missile is a nerf, but the small one is a functional change.
Yeah, it's to stop the massive sabo swarms from that have prevailed in every tournament since thus far, to be honest. And 3 Hound classes with basically Vulcans and assault chain guns. No, it's a lie. It's 1 assault chain gun and 1 HVD and one heavy autocannon. There's 3 different kinds.
Yeah, all the frigates are different variants. Interesting.
Ooh. No, the lashes are the same, thankfully. But
I thought they were different names. I might have been reading it wrong.
Standard frigates, Sabo railgun, light needler, very kinetic. Yeah, they're all the same.
Oh yeah, they're all the same.
Safety overrides, though. They've all got safety overrides and expended missile racks.
Of course they do. It's low-tech. When has low-tech ever not used safety overrides in the first round?
Sabos are also 3 OP, apparently, which is...
Can we talk about the fact that it's 7 ships? Plus the flagship.
And an Enforcer.
No, wait, that's 8. I'm counting wrong.
Yeah, it's not quite 7 ships.
So there's 9 ships total. A capital destroyer and 7 frigates.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, I think there's...
Low-tech...
Yeah.
As usual, low-tech is operating on a whole nother level.
Yep. Anyway, they're just 50 short of the 200,000 limit, so, points for getting close to the limit.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Anyway, yeah, let's begin.
Enough waffling!
I want things to die, come on. Yeah, HAL 9000 versus Grimm. Linked Francam? Yeah, there we go. We gotta control this now. We have the Onslaught decided not to attack very quickly, but what's the actual map like? Let's look at the actual map. It's a small map. Quick engagements. There's apparently a timer at some point in the screen, but yes, there's a timer on the bottom left. Up here, you can just see the timer. 30 seconds and counting. Ooh, hang on.
Locusts are doing work.
Locusts are really good missiles. They're surprisingly good missiles. You wouldn't think it, but... Oh! For a split second there, I thought they were going to lose a lasher before the AI lost any ships, which would have been shame level, but nah.
Yeah.
Not yet. Enforcer's taking damage, so Enforcer's eating the dragon to the face. Enforcer goes down. Hound is going...
See that happen.
Hound's taking damage. Hound goes down. Second Hound's at 30. Oh god, please, no. I mean, this shouldn't happen, right?
It's a good thing they brought 9 ships.
I'm gonna say.
By the way, if I remember correctly, based off how the spam rule works, those lashers are actually violating it and cost more per hole than they would otherwise.
Oh.
If I remember correctly, for the first round, it's 1 capital, 1 cruiser, 2 destroyers, 3 frigates, and 4 fighters. So there's 4 lashers, that means it's succeeding it.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, you're right, Cicerone. The dragon does not fuck around. It is probably the most powerful pirate.
Yeah, it is a very good... Sometimes pirate ships are a bit crap. The dragon is not one of them.
Yeah, people always say it's the Infernus, The Infernus is the most powerful. No, the Infernus is just like a big...
The dragon is currently doing hull damage to the Onslaught.
Yeah, like, the proof is in the pudding, alright? The Infernus ain't crap compared to the dragon, alright?
I do love the Infernus, but I think if you want to get a ship and just let the AI take care of it, you can't do much worse than the dragon. The dragon is just... It's a fine ship all around.
Battle cruisers always punch above their weight. It's amazing.
Like, the Odyssey is a good ship, and the dragon is also a good ship. It's also got a fairly decent loadout. The Onslaught is out of missiles now, so...
Oh, so much for that plan.
Yep.
And it's half dead.
It's half dead. I do have mod powers to help hopefully break any AI deadlocks, but this does not look like an AI deadlock. This looks like the Onslaught is being silly.
Man, the dragon is just bullying that Onslaught at range.
It is. The Onslaught's kind of really trying to focus on like the massive. Oh my god, is the Onslaught gonna die?
I don't think the Onslaught has a counter to this fight.
Oh my god, is the Onslaught gonna die? That is ultimate shame. That is
But guys, it's an AI fleet. It's not that hard.
Like you outnumber it. You outpoint it. You got a really like well executed Onslaught. What the hell is going on? The dragon's just like, I'm not gonna deal with you right now. I'm gonna start attacking. The lash is taking. The lash is Jesus. Oh my god. Wait, what? Jesus.
I love the dragon. Really... Oh man.
Oh my god. Wow, what a beginning. What a beginning.
I just choked an apple.
I'm trying to be professional and not die laughing here, but it's not easy.
I might actually die.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Like, pay your respects to the dragon. The dragon is amazing. So far,
The dragon is the best.
like, hang on. Okay, I was supposed to be like writing down like times and stuff and like how long it takes people to actually beat this. I wasn't expecting to go to. I'm not expecting to give the AI any points, but I gotta give the AI points for this. It's not meant to be a fight where the. It's like.
Well,
It's like dying to the tutorial boss. That's what's happening here.
oh, I got mute from.
Shame on you, shame on your Onslaught.
I don't want you recording me coughing over and over again.
I should probably get a mute thing, that'd be professional, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I muted myself.
Okay, that's 305 seconds, but you didn't win, so... Grimm lost? Question mark?
I'm not allowed to edit the the thing. Right, Tart's your job.
Oh my god, that is weird. Like, is that even possible? But it happened, clearly, it is possible. But, what? I'm confused. Explain things to me. How did that happen? What happened?
The Onslaught got outranged, and it couldn't catch up to the dragon. The dragon just sped it. So it kind of just sat at range, firing its TPC, and
Hang on, yeah, does that...
Am I correct in saying those were Mark 9s?
It had 1 Mark 9 and 2 Hephaestus.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh. Yeah, and the Onslaught does not have an ITU.
Yeah, plus the Locusts really just know.
And the Dragon does. The Dragon has an ITU, and the Onslaught does not.
So the Dragon was just a really good hard counter for the Onslaught, and the Locusts all over the fleet destroyed all the frigates.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was a 1-2 punch of shame.
Yep. The fact that the Onslaught's got like an ITU, but the Onslaught did not. The Dragon's got an ITU, but the Onslaught did not. That kind of did it in because the Onslaught could just the Dragon could just sit pretty outside Onslaught range. Well, I guess that was the first round. I think. Okay. Wasn't expecting that to happen, but next up. Hang on, that's correct, right? Yeah, that's correct. Next up is mid-tech. No, it's Herflex and the Imperial Fleet 47 mid-tech. We've gone for 1 cruiser and 5 destroyers. We have a Eagle class, heavy autocannon, heavy blaster Eagle. That's 3 heavy blasters, 3 heavy autocannons in the Eagle.
Yeah, Her mentioned he was going to do a cruiser flagship.
With an ITU, so there, points ITU.
So he might match the Dragon, at least.
Yeah. Although
except his energy weapons.
And we have, again, Flex 2, Flex 4, Flex 2, Flex 4, Flex 2. So it's a mix and match of 2 different loadouts of Hammerhead. One of them has railguns, heavy maulers, and hammer torpedoes. And the other one has railguns, Vulcan cannons, assault chain guns, and Hornets MRMs. So it's trusting its entire kinetic damage output to the flagship. And the railguns.
I respect it. It's a ballsy strat.
And then they've got hammerheads. They've got railguns, to be honest. So the railguns are pretty decent. They've got ITUs.
And I like the idea of hammerheads. Just like a whole bunch of role-dependent ones.
They got ITUs. And
points for that.
Yeah, Side says no victory makes me sad. And that is true. Victory is the thing that we love about mid-tech.
Yeah, we're never gonna see one.
Sadly not. Do you know how like points progression is going to progress throughout the weeks, or are the fleets fixed?
Points progression is in budget.
Okay. But yeah, so they got so it's the Eagle flagship with the heavy autocannons and heavy blasters, and basically a mix of 2 different kinds of hammerhead.
It's a smooth fleet. I just don't know if it's going to work long term without a capital.
Well, we shall find out. We shall find out. Yep. Here we go. I'm trying to remember. Is there a way to zoom out more in this? I forgot.
I think dev mode's already enabled for it, but if
Tardy
go into the console and activate dev mode, it'll do that.
I don't think console commands wasn't part of the mod list. Oops.
Ooh.
That's the follower of a mag. There we go. Linked free cam. There we go. I'm pretty sure a properly outfitted victory could solo this battle. Yeah, easily. A properly outfitted victory could wreck this entire fleet.
I don't know. It depends on whether or not the dragon can get its flux up high.
Oh, there you go. One hammerhead's already taking damage.
Oh yeah, and the annihilators on the dragon don't help.
No, they don't. That's one hammerhead down, pretty much. Almost dead. And the other, and more hammerheads have already taken damage. So that is a crazily powerful dragon.
That first round may have killed me. I have to keep myself muted until I specifically want to talk.
That Falcon can't really fire a lot, and three heavy blasters is really flex heavy for a Falcon.
Excuse me, did you just say Falcon?
Sorry, I meant Eagle. I'm sorry.
Man, you know.
You think I'd play this game for a living, you know?
Don't respect a proper waifu.
It's like I play this game for a living.
Eagle is just a fat falcon. That's
Hammerhead 2 down.
Yeah, it depends on how quickly these hammerheads can take on all the escort ships, and then.
That said, the dragon is currently soloing the Eagle, so I don't think that Eagle's gonna last much longer.
Yeah, if the Eagle goes down, that's pretty much it.
Eagle's at 50% hull. They haven't got a lot.
Now, if that was a Falcon, they would have had the flux capacity and speed to avoid that.
Ooh, Hammerheads was fluxed out, and that's the Hammerhead.
Yeah.
I love the judgment of the dragon there of just firing the one TPC shot required to kill that. It's like, well, I'm not going to overdo it.
That was 2, but yeah.
I'm not going to overdo that. I'm just going to fire the correct amount of TPC shots.
Yep.
And everything
Surgical.
else, yeah. We're all cheering for the dragon now. And they're all afraid now. They're kind of all... They're staying at range, which is not what you want with an ITU dragon.
It's not what you want, but it's what the AI does because they don't have a proper force to equal the capital.
And that's... Yep, that Hammerhead's the... Oh, no. This is going to be shame number 2.
They're all advancing this unit because they're terrified.
Yeah, but advancing the unit isn't really helping because they're just splitting up and go, there goes the Eagle.
Yeah. If they had 1 or 2 more Hammerheads, they probably could have matched it just then, but they didn't.
So, are we just like noting down the how long they last then? Is that what this is going to turn out? How long they last?
Write down the last one.
305 seconds, I did.
Okay, cool.
Because this is how long they last. It's meant to be how quickly can you defeat the enemy, but... I mean, come on! The dragon has literally soloed 2 fleets now. Pretty much! At least in this time, like, they might seem to just destroy everything that's not the dragon, whereas in the last one, I think a Sagaris was still alive at the end. And I think the onslaught at least did some damage to the dragon's like hull, whereas this dragon's only taken armor damage.
Yeah, it's
Please note the time regardless of win or loss. Yep, I'm noting the time. Don't worry about it. Come on. Come on. They are so afraid of this. I love that it's a close and personal variant, and it's outranging everything that's been thrown against it so far.
Well, that's how pirates work. They tell you one thing and then they do another.
It's clearly lies.
It's just lies. Blatant. Two-faced lies.
The pirates are like, no, we're gonna come in, you kill us, and that's how this works. And the pirates are like, no, we're gonna deploy the dragon.
Somebody's revving a motorcycle right outside the window, and I apologize if you hear that.
I can't hear that.
Like, and again, they're actually just outside the window revving an engine. It's awful.
I was recording today, and it's like someone drilling outside. It's like, really? You have to do that now? Oh, that's one hammerhead down.
Yeah, I'm with Sister, and these are powerful hammerheads. They need support.
Yeah, so like dual like heavy molar hammerheads with like good missiles. Like that's really good. It just hasn't got the support it requires.
Yeah. If it can get behind like an onslaught, it could almost solo it. Not quite, but almost.
Come on, Hammerhead, you can do this. You can do this. I believe in you. I don't believe in you at all. Is this actually a lie? I'll make you feel better, though. There you go. That is 374 seconds.
I'm writing everything down as well.
So you lasted 69 seconds. Nice. More than the other team.
Nice.
Nice.
I will be right back. I gotta get rid of this apple core.
Alright. I've got them all alone. I'm all alone! Except for the 72. Oh my god, 72 people watching across both platforms. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. Oh. So that's 2 wins to the AI. That wasn't meant to happen. Can we stop that now, please? I mean, now we're getting to high-tech. So high-tech should mend this? I mean, high-tech should do this, right? I mean, please. What have you got? Okay, we've got a Paragon. Fine. Ooh, you got a Paragon and...
Oh, good. We got a big cap now.
Yeah, you got a Paragon, which with tachyon lances and auto pulse lasers, and stabilized shields and accelerated shields and RFCs, gravitons, heavy needlers.
Very classic build.
Yeah, that is a very, very strong Paragon. That should do it. I mean, that should manage
because it works.
Yeah. And what do we have on the Medusas? We have a double pulse laser ion cannon, ultra cannons, and double pulse laser ion cannon ultra cannons, and a single Omen with a swarmer launcher and double PD lasers. And just there
honestly, it's not a high-tech tournament fleet without an Omen.
Yeah, it's a flying EMP emitter. That's what it is.
Yep.
Everything else is just there to pad it out. Ooh.
It's a good ship, Brent.
Yay! Thanks for the subscription, J-Rocks. Or Junior Rocks 1, I guess, or JR Rocks 1. Thanks for the Prime subscription. I get really happy now when I get subscribed. I've got people who have resubscribed to me. That's awesome. I'm really happy about that. Anyway. Okay, the Paragon should win, right?
Should
win.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, it's not quite the remnant battleship in the background there, but it should win.
It's the Locusts aren't going to do anything to the high-tech fleet.
No. And
maybe the Omen.
And the Paragon will easily outrange the Dragon with the tachyon lances and the ultra. This should be a proper win, right? The Paragon alone should do it. Thanks for the follow, DanC212. I swear to God, you following me before. If the Dragon wins, this will be hilarious. If the Dragon wins, it'll be shameful. Like, the more powerful...
It would be hilarious, though.
It'd be amazing.
Like, both statements are true.
Okay, the Medusas will go in, like... The Paragon's just gonna be slow. We just want to see what happens to the Medusa before the Paragon arrives. Because the Medusas are getting fluxed out. There you go, okay, the Paragon is engaged.
Yeah, the Medusa's rushed in too hard there.
The Paragon has engaged. It's facing, so the auto-pulse lasers are facing. There we go. That's what we want to see. There we go. That's more like it.
Ooh, Needlers too. That's a good set.
Yeah, that's a really good Paragon. Like, it has like everything it needs.
That's the classic Paragon.
Needlers are scarily good kinetic weapons.
They are. That's why those razors are doing so much work. And those are nerfed Needlers, by the way.
Are they? Have they been nerfed as well?
No, the razor the fighter has a like a super light Needler. Basically.
There you go. The dragon is down. So, unless the locusts pull off the best recovery I have ever seen, never mind.
I like the Paragon's BMing with the vent right in front of the dragon when it didn't even have half flux.
Nah, Paragon cares not.
That.
No, Paragon cares not. See, if you watched my last season, I had this amazing Paragon called the Corollas Rex, and that was just an amazing ship. That ship carried.
Yeah,
carried my fleet.
Somewhat similar to this, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very similar loadout to this. Also, pulse lasers at the front and tachyon tachyon plances at the side.
Yeah.
Actually,
you go.
I don't think I put graviton beams. I'm not a huge fan of graviton beams personally, but I remember it heavy needlers and stuff.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw that build that you were using Paragon, I thought, wouldn't it be better if tachyons were on the hard points and auto pulse on the turrets? But I realized
range
with
issues.
the ammo and everything, it's better for the auto pulses.
143, and it's actually a win. So, alright.
That's a fairly quick win too.
Yeah, this comes wins.
It's a little over 2 minutes.
On 143, yeah. It's a new score! Oh my god, it's taking still the third mission to get the new score.
Oh, and as Tech pointed out, nobody died.
Nobody died, yeah. That's extra. Oh my god, I just can't remember, like, because it's the kind of like, who's gonna get stuck with low tech? Because usually low tech carries hard.
Well, I mean, okay, so that low-tech fleet would probably do much better as an escort fleet.
Yeah.
I think the issue is that they had the locusts that they had to fight against, so they were just hard countered without any support.
Alright, so what's after high-tech then?
After high-tech is Blackrock.
Ooh, hello! An interdictor. A Kurmaraja. Kurmaraja.
I was hoping to see, the Kurmaraja and Convergence combo.
Kurmaraja with an Iron Weaver ADC, a couple of common artilleries, Argus particle beams, 3 crate wings, because crate wings are crazy, some bolide heavy artilleries, and Vesper torpedo wings. And we have also the Convergence, with common artillery, Void Spears, Quills, more crates and Vespas, and a single Locust, because, hello, why not?
Yep, got a budget pad.
Yep.
So, in my fleet testing, and my own personal, like, designing my own fleet, I actually tested it against Blackrock just because it was, like, one of the mods I had active at the time. And I specifically put out an Interdictor and Convergence, and I couldn't find a single ship combination that could beat them, like, at all.
It's crazy. Like,
so I'm a bit terrified of this fleet already.
Yeah, it's an Interdictor, a Convergence. Sorry, it's a Kurmaraja, a Convergence, with 5 crate wings and 2 Vespa wings, which carry carry a single Fury. Again, this should be a complete wipe. Maybe the Locust dies, if that.
The Locust, if it dies to the Locusts. Shit.
That doesn't work, guys. Someone's got to change a name somewhere. Someone's got to change a name somewhere.
I'm gonna write win down on my notebook anyway, because I know it's gonna happen.
I sort of got it. Hang on, how the hell do I zoom out?
Scroll wheel?
I'm trying. It's not working out for me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's right-clicked. I forgot this. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Match 4, we figured this one out. Yep.
There we go.
Like, okay, the interdictor is a massive carrier, but not only that, it's also equipped to high FN as well.
It's a battle carrier.
Yeah. It's a battle carrier that stops things in mid-flight.
It has, what was it, 3 decks or 4?
It's got 4 decks. It's got 3 crates and a single Vespa. Plus a hell of a lot of kinetics, because it's got like 4 bolides, 2 comets, plus an Ironweaver on it.
Yeah, this should be a pretty quick purge.
Sagaris is down, Dragon is overloaded. Convergence is just sitting back pretty, and basically all we're doing is overloading and letting the fighters finish the job, right? As far as I can tell.
That's all they need to do.
Yeah.
Why complicate a good plan? Ooh, the bolides on that tiger were juicy.
Yep.
Always nice to see slow, long-range projectiles slap a frigate.
Yeah.
Even nice by accident.
Just get in the way. There's a good thing about, like, kinetic damage as well. Like, kinetic damage is still damage. So even if it hits hull, it's still doing damage.
Especially if it's a lot of kinetic damage at once, it'll punch through armor anyway.
Yep, absolutely. I'll be honest, the current rush is taking more damage than I thought it was going to take.
Well, it's probably reckless.
That's cool. Yeah, that's true. There you go. That's all that's left is a single tiger, which is now dead at 136. Night Captics 136. 136.
Unsurprisingly, I had already written win in my notebook, and it was not proven.
Ooh, you could have jinxed it. You could have jinxed it.
That would have been funny. Up next, we have DME with Blowthorn.
Yay, DME! I'm very partial to DME at the moment because of my campaign, and they got
DME's a well-loved.
They've got Jeanne d'Arc as well. They've got a Jeanne d'Arc as well. Okay, so this is an interesting
well-loved faction.
They've got a Jeanne d'Arc with a Basilisk Ultra Shock Beam on the large. Yeah, they've gone very heavy on Damsel Strike Bombers. Okay, so this is an interesting one, because this is something I haven't actually figured out in my campaign, so this is me learning for my sake. The Marteau MLRM launcher, I have not figured out what the point of that is in my campaign yet. I just haven't. It just has not been relevant in my campaign. It explodes and like showers like projectiles, but whenever I try it out, it explodes too early and doesn't really do anything. So I'm interested to see what it does. I'm not sure what it actually does. I'm interested to see what it does. But yeah, so Jeanne d'Arc is a beautiful ship. It is an absolutely fantastic. Like, and the thing is, it's not a combat carrier. It's a dedicated carrier. It doesn't tend to go into combat, but it's got an advanced targeting core, which means it has an insane range for all its weapons. It's got a 100% range increase for anything that's not point defense, and it's a 60% increase for point defense, which means an ultra shock beam is going to be like range of over 2,000.
It's pretty well armed for a pure carrier.
Yeah, it is very. It's a pure carrier. It will not go into combat. It is a pure carrier, but it's exceedingly well armed. This is actually a nerf. This is a nerf variant, by the way. It used to be better armed.
You say that it's not very well armed, but it's still got a large hybrid and 3 medium.
I said it was very well armed, even though it is. That's what I meant to say anyway.
14 smalls and 6 medium hybrids.
Yeah, it used to have 12 dedicated built-in point defense weapons, as well as slightly different turret arcs, which meant it could focus a lot more firepower forward into the sides. They've shifted the large to the left-hand side and put like a con tower on the right-hand side, which is why the central medium hybrid faces to the left. It can rotate forwards and backwards, but it faces to the left. It cannot put all its firepower to the right, which is like really.
Conning towers in space make me laugh.
Well, the entirety of ship design in any space thing is wrong anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the closest thing we've gotten to correct space design in science fiction was Babylon 5.
Never seen it.
That was the closest I think we've ever gotten to correct space ship design in space. So yeah, anyway, it's basically they've gone fighter heavy DME, which I approve of. So it's 6 Damsel Strike Bombers, which are basically the DME version of the Kupeshes. Then we have a Durlon class with a Spirale and a Gret. space superiority wings, which I do like as well. Compact auto lasers, multi-beamer nodes, and anti-fighters. And then we have a Wanderer with point defense Wanderer mainly, with tri-beamers and PD beamers, although a couple of kinetic weapons here and there, and a Husky to pad out the points, I guess. It's got a bit of everything on it.
Huskies are good ships. I like Huskies.
They're good ships. They tend to die very quickly for my rating. Blowthorn is 6,800 points short of a thing, so they probably could have snuck in an extra Husky in there, probably.
They have expensive weapons.
That is true. That's one thing I've found, that the DME weapons are expensive. Anyway. Oh, look at that, man. Look at that. I love that. Look at that. I love that. You can see the conning tower on the right-hand side of the, between, like, over here. I'll get that right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember how I can do this, so zoomed out. Haha. Interestingly enough, the dragon seems to come in side-on for some reason.
Well, you know. It's a pirate ship.
It's showboating.
It's got a broadside without the TPC.
I'm looking forward to the ORA. There are 2 ORA fleets, and I'm very looking forward to them. Because ORA is such a... You can't speak about broadsides without talking about the ORA.
Aura.
Okay, that's a Tiger down.
Aura is a very pretty faction.
It is. Like I said, like last tournament as well, I'm gonna say it now, like so many of these mods are just so beautiful, and they've done so much effort with like the visual style. Like I love it when Alex just tweets out stuff about the mods, because even Alex is impressed with how much work goes into the mods. The modders, and there's a whole...
and recall, Ooh, I don't know about that, man.
It's got Mirage Recall and an ATC. And I believe the Normandy, which is the cruiser-sized carrier, has the one that roofs fighter damage.
That's those Damselflies made quick work of the dragon, though. That's always impressive to see.
It's essentially got like 6 Kapesh wings, 6 slightly different, more high-tech Kapesh wings.
Better than Kapesh wings because they're faster missiles. They're probably not as good in mass because there's less missiles, but they can hit targets that normally Kopeshes might struggle with.
116.
116, new record. We're going down every win.
So the next one's they're going to spawn and immediately die, right? That's what's happening next time?
I mean, probably a few more rounds. Alright, so we have Chaos Farseer with Diable, or Diable.
Diable.
It's Diable.
So yeah, we have a Pandemonium, so immediate points. Pandemonium! With a Siege Laser, Glow-Tusk Rifles, Glocks, Lance Repeaters, Grave HMCs, a couple of Hexafires, 3 Warless Sniper
How many
wings.
Siege Lasers?
1 Ulan Siege Laser.
Oh, interesting.
The other one seems to have been filled in with...
Pair of Hexafires and a Raptor defense system.
Yeah. Those are
interesting.
That's under using the slots, right? Because Raptors and Hexafires are mediums, not larges.
No, Hexafires are large, and Raptor is
medium. Raptor's a medium. I know that much.
And then Raptor's medium.
Okay, and then we have a Fractus, of course, because with a Raven and a Zephyr Beamer. The Zephyr Beamers are the new ones, right? The Zephyr Beamer one is the one with... Yeah. It's the one that have micro Burshell and 2 micro Glocks. That is interesting. That is one... That is the newest Wanzer, I think. Which I'm looking forward to that, seeing that in action. And of course, triple Warless Snipers and 3 Vapors to pad it out with an SRAB and a Grave HMCs. So, you know, it's very powerful as well.
Ooh, SRABs.
SRABs are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And
I love me some SRAB Vapors.
And the Grave HMC is also a very nice gun.
Yep.
So here we go. Again, that's the first like not neat number we've seen for score, I think.
Those Vapors make too much. None of the Vapors I've ever submitted to a tournament have ever made sense like those.
There's Ibis, Sniper Blasters, Magic PD boxes, and Micro Burst Shells, and of course the Raven, which is just stupidly powerful.
Ravens are beautiful.
Ravens, I wanted to get. I didn't do it in my Tyrador campaign, but I wanted to get like ravens, like 3 ravens, and put it in the old Tyrador carrier that had the extra, had reserve deployment. It no longer has that because that would be stupidly broken, as I proved in my campaign.
Yep.
As it turns out, if you put like 3 wings with reserve deployment, it means you can get like 6 ravens out, which is stupid. Yeah, ravens are mini frigates, pretty much.
Yeah.
Much like the.
I don't know how I feel about Warlusts. I've never been able to get them to work.
They're Wanzers, therefore immediately are awesome.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying they're not cool. I just like, I don't get them, you know.
I also like the Maelstrom because the pandemonium. The pandemonium just gets in there, like just doesn't care, just gets in there. Ibises look awesome whenever they fire as well. Like I love a large amount of pew point defense.
Yep.
Although it is taking a lot of side damage from the dragon.
Pandemonium tends to do that. It doesn't handle flux very well, so it's going to take a lot of damage that it doesn't need to take.
Is it not using it?
As soon as that
hang on. Does it have shield bypass?
Might.
I have not seen it deploy a shield at all.
Looks like it might. But yeah, as soon as that dragon's armor goes down, the Ibis are going to rip into it because Diable loves using their point defense as offensive weapons.
Yes.
They have 2 of them, a very long-range Burchell and a very short-range high DPS Ibis.
The Burchell I still maintain is probably one of the best PDs in the game. I just love it.
I don't think many people would disagree with you.
While you were partying, Diable studied the meme. The Vapors are taking damage, so... And I guess, like, something happened down here. Sagaris was trying to deal with a Fractus, but... Okay, come on. No, don't do this to me. Don't AI derp now, people. Do not make me have to move you personally, because I will. I will if I have to. I'm not entirely sure that pandemonium is awake right now.
It's probably awake.
It's turning to face, which means it's not asleep. But for some reason, it's decided to like, you know what? I've had enough of this.
Well, it's Cap plus frigate versus Cap plus frigate. If they had more support, it'd probably rush in. As it stands, I think its armor's getting low, so it's getting a bit nervous.
It's also letting like the warlords try to go in and do stuff.
That too. It might be trying to go carrier mode.
Hang on, that raven. Is that a dead raven? That is a dead raven. The locusts are doing their job, so. This is the Zephyr. It's just that is just very beamy. Look at that. That is beautiful.
It's a pew pew boat.
And it's a dead pew pew boat. Turns out that locusts are really good versus fighters. Who knew?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Did a few grazes on the hull though, so admirable.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Armor's down. The siege laser just tears into the hull. Yeah, that's a dead dragon, and which means all we've got left is the Sagaris down here.
Hexafires are really underappreciated weapons, by the way.
I love them. I love Hexafires.
Especially if you give targeting AI, they're no longer shotguns. It's like firing slugs.
The recall reducing one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Sagaris is holding off because it's just dealing pretty much with just the Fractus fighters, and locusts do a really good job against fighters.
Yep. Vapor's coming in trying to help, and well, they're gonna finish it off if the Ravens don't.
Well, that Sagaris isn't winning. It's just a matter of time.
Oh, absolutely. And Vapors, unlike most frigates, can actually try to avoid locusts.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
I said, like, locusts are really, really, really maneuverable.
Yep, and they have a fairly good efficiency shield.
Thanks for the follow, Recatech, Dream Keys. Appreciate the follows.
Yeah, like those vapors are just taking the entire Locust Burst on the shield.
That's 286 for Chaos Farseers. That would be nice.
And the Pandemonium is going to finish the job.
Yep.
If you want it done, you do it yourself.
I wonder if this is like gaming the system. Like DA knew it could win, so the Pandemonium just hang back and basically took as long as possible to sort of lower itself in the standings a little bit.
Hey man, I'd respect it.
That's 6 down, 10 to go, and we're barely 45 minutes in. This might not take 4 hours. I'm gonna get a drink though, and maybe mute myself as I blow my nose.
Okay. So while he's sneezing, next up is Dizzy. That's me with Interstellar Imperium.
You're very lucky I muted that. That was rough. I'm much better than I was on Monday, but I'm still not feeling it. Like, I'm on the mend, I'm just still grotty as hell. Anyway, yes, it's you next, isn't it?
Yep, with Interstellar Imperium.
You got yourself a Matriarch, which is the battle carrier. Super carrier, I apologize.
It's appropriate to call it a super carrier because it has 7 decks.
It has 7 decks. It's got 7 decks. You've got telemoto cannons, which I love, but are really flux hungry. A Cyclone Reaper Launcher. Is that on a turret?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, yeah. All the missiles are on turrets.
Cool. And 4 Hellfire chain guns. So you also really went into the point defense. An op center? Is that built in?
What off center?
The operation center, the whole mod.
Oh yeah, the op center is built in.
Okay, because I say you don't really need one. And you have a Princeps with, because you wanted more Vicarious Assault Fighter wings.
Of course.
And a Hammerhead because you were padding for points at that point. Mm-hmm.
No, the Hammerhead's just a good ship, and I wanted to use it.
It is a good ship. With it's the reverse because usually for Hammerhead you put like railguns then medium high explosives. You went for like.
No, you do.
No, in general. But usually when I'm going to put the telemoto cannons and then sledge guns.
My standard is I guess for II, sledge guns in the medium is a pretty good build.
Then you have these are all just railgun. They're all the same one, right? Yeah, railgun, light assault gun.
As a small note, all of the ships are named after D&D 5e bard spells.
Enthralling performance. Bardic Inspiration D6, nice. So you've hit level 4 in your bard. 5 in your bard.
Yep.
And Duelist Riposte, nice. I haven't been playing I've got a bard in my campaign, but I haven't been playing one.
And remember, the Princeps has reserve deployment, so that Vicarious Wing doubles.
Doubles, no, as an additional fighter, right?
It adds an additional, but also replaces. Which tends to mean that there's 4 Vicarious Wings floating around.
Nice. Okay, let's see what you do.
And yeah, this pirate fleet is very anti-fighter, so it depends on how quickly the Sicariuses get pummeled.
Yeah, that's it. You got a problem here with the amount of locusts flying around.
I have a lot of Vicarious though.
Should have thrown in a Vicious Mockery. Low-hanging fruit, maybe Vicious Mockery.
Vicious Mockery, that would definitely have been what I called some budget.
Tasha's Hideous Laughter? Is that in 5e? I can't remember. Hello?
Sorry, what was that?
Tasha's Hideous Laughter? Is that in 5e?
Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I don't know. That might be a... Most of the things that are named after like some specific wizard tend to be like an expansion. Vicarious Wings, they don't play around.
Nope. Like I said, they've got a really good small kinetic and a really good small high explosive weapon, so...
Oh, those locusts had me worried, but watching all those Vicariouses kind of bum rush one of the Sicariuses.
Fair, they all died or like went to repair, but yeah.
And the Matrix got a buff to repair speed.
Tissue Stain Omen is good, okay? Yeah. No complaints.
Omen is a solid ship. Don't backtalk the Omen, all right?
No, I'm not backtalking the Omen. Apparently, it's some.
No, I'm talking to chat, not you.
I'm never backtalking Omen. Never. Never.
And I did almost submit a sledge cannon hammerhead, but it was slightly too expensive, I think, because I wanted needlers on it.
Ah.
And Telems are just very reliable weapons.
Whoa. Goodbye, Princeps.
Ah, well, as long as the Matriarch survives.
Well, if the Matriarch dies, you're screwed.
Well, the Matriarch isn't gonna die.
No, it's not, but it's like, as long as the Matriarch survives. Like, it's unlikely, but if it did die, it's not as if it's salvageable at that point. The Hellfire chain guns are actually doing a really good job of just keeping the Annihilators from hitting.
Yeah, they're doing a fairly good job. That's a solid angle for the Matriarch to be facing right now.
Show him your ass, Matriarch! Show him your ass!
Vicariouses are wandering into the Annihilators, though, and dying.
They're sacrificing themselves for the good of the Matriarch.
That's what you do, man. You gotta protect your Matriarch.
Are those active flares in the Vicarious? I can't remember.
I think so.
With active flares, they would also chase after the Ooh, a sneaky vent as well. Not that the dragon can't really fire anything, because I think it's being EMP'd out. I think
I don't have any EMP.
The railguns do slight EMP damage. Don't railguns do slight EMP damage?
Railguns? No.
What am I thinking of?
The D&D railgun.
Oh, I'm thinking about HVDs. I'm thinking about HVDs. Sorry, my bad.
HVDs. Okay.
Snrasha wins. That's not you.
Oh no. That's not me.
Is that a mistake, or were you lying all along?
No, it's Sinrasha and I switched sides, player numbers, so I guess it didn't get updated. What was that? 219?
That was a 219 by my account. Yeah.
All right, good job, Sinrasha.
Sinrasha, well done.
Man, I hope I do all right later.
What fleet did you bring? I have no idea.
Alright, next up is Caraway with the first Aura fleet.
Yes, with an Enlightenment. Immediate points with an Enlightenment. I do love my Enlightenment in my campaign. What have you got? Double Invocation, double Sempiternal, 7 Echoes Casters, and 10 Choir Emitters. That's a lot of EMP.
And it is an Angry Cloud.
There's an Angry Cloud. That's a lot of EMP. 7 Echoes Casters is a lot of EMP.
Yep.
That's gonna... Wow, that stops anything it hits, because the Echoes cast are the ones that is the one that keeps going. It just goes straight through things. Yep. And reactive armor and RFC. You had OP to spare in this one. And a shield bypass as well, which is good because Enlightenment can tank like crazy.
Enlightenment's a good ship, Brent.
It is a very good ship. Like, I am loving the Enlightenment I got in my campaign. It is doing so much work.
This is probably going to be a really amusing pivot considering how many locusts are in the that he didn't go carrier. So
yeah.
I mean, he's got like some carriers.
We have 2 Bliss, which is basically litany throwers and basically flying choir emitters. And basically they're there for the shields, I guess, because they got compact fortress shields. And
they're nutty.
Yep. And we have the communion class harmless carriers, which basically have just flying. It's a single carrier with some wisdom wings. With a recital deliver, which I enjoy. It's a nice weapon.
It's a destroyer with 3 fighter bays.
Yep. It's got pretty much nothing else, but yep.
Yep.
Let's go.
It's even more of a Condor than the Condor.
Okay. I love the ship. Like I love like Aura design in general, but the Enlightenment is just so awesome.
It's one of my favorite capitals that I never fly.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to have it in my fleet though.
Oh yeah. Like it is what it's like it's really good frontline capital. It is a really, really good frontline capital. It will just take hits like nobody's business. Although you do need to put unstable injector on it because otherwise it is slower than anything.
I disagree. Plasma cannons and just let it be slow. I like my capitals to just build a nice.
Look at that! There go the echoes. There go the echo casters. They're just firing like Hadoukens into space, is what they're doing.
Yep. So given the locusts on this enemy fleet, I keep wanting to say squad for some reason. I've been playing too much into the Breach. The
Approve.
The
ooh, Bliss down.
The fighters are probably not going to do too much until the Sicarius get pushed down, and the emergence is pretty much all of the fighting capacity. Especially as that Bliss just died. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the Blitz, all the Blitz was a flying litany thrower because it only had PD after this.
It's a flying fortress shield.
Yeah. I love like all the locusts are just bouncing off as well because they're firing through the echoes.
Oh, yeah. And you're right, Lightning. The Echo Casters are EMPing the missiles. That's the thing that a lot of Aura weapons do, is just casually turn missiles off.
I think Echo Casters is also classified as EMP.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not EMP. They're classified as PD. They're designed to shoot missiles down, or at least to turn missiles off.
Also.
Yeah, they're PD also weapons. Yeah, the dragon can't do anything right now because it's taking like Echo Casters through the entirety of its hull.
Yeah, this is a good build for this right now. It's a mean ship, and it's venting because the dragon can't do anything.
It's gonna be a slow win because it's a slow ship, and it's doing all the work by itself. I think the other Blitz is down as well.
And it's an EMP build, so it's gonna be slow and painful for the dragon regardless. The question is though whether or not it can kill or push off those Sicariuses before the armor goes down, because those locusts will destroy the hull. The Echo Caster is doing a really good job of nullifying most of them, but they're still going to take a lot of poke damage.
One Sicarius down already because I think because all the missiles were so busy that it actually had time for the Wisdoms to get in there and shoot down a Sicarius.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. The Locust kept firing after death, though. He took all the Wisdoms out.
Ooh. Let's switch targets here, shall we? Overloaded and Sempiternals out of range slightly, but the invocations can hit, so it's not a problem.
As long as the Echo Casters can keep the heat on, it's going to die eventually.
Well, the flux... It's actually not that flux heavy, because as long as most of the weapons aren't firing, it's not building up flux.
Leave it to Karoid to, again, use point defense as a primary weapon.
Yeah, it works, it works. This is Fleet 8. This is halfway.
8.
This is the halfway mark, after this is done. Seriously, we're at the halfway mark and we've already gone an hour, so I think our fears of a 4-hour stream were unfounded.
Yeah, it's going a lot faster than I expected to.
Especially after the first 2 rounds. Bloody hell.
Even the first 2 rounds were only like 5-6 minutes.
Yes, but they didn't go the way we wanted them to go.
We spent more time fluffing and waffling before the matches than the actual matches took.
Yeah. We fluff and waffle a lot. It's professionalism.
It is. It's what the viewers want.
Yeah.
It is a very mean-spirited build.
That is. That's a lot of AMP of like, I'm not gonna let you do anything right now. Like.
Yep. And it doesn't have a shield because it doesn't need a shield.
No, so
which is my favorite kind of build. It's not a shield bypass build that kills quickly. It's a shield bypass build that doesn't let you attack it.
Yeah. It's also a shield bypass build that knows that it doesn't really need a shield because it's got like 2,000 armor. If you stop it from attacking it, it'll just tank everything on the armor. Look at that! You can see all the locusts just bouncing off. Which means that the choir emitters aren't there to shoot down the locusts; they're there just to clean up the debris.
Well, yeah, the choir emitters and the echo casters have a thing where they disarm the weapon.
Yeah, but the point is, like, the echo casters are disarming the weapons. The choir emitters aren't really there to destroy the missiles. They're there to clean up the debris that bounces off the hull.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that, pointing out that the choir emitter does the same thing. It's just that they're the ones that are close range, so they're taking out all the pieces of hull left over. Yeah.
It's a very neat and tidy ship. It cleans up after itself.
The echo caster taking out 2 salamanders was funny to watch.
I love the fact that the invocation launches can go straight through shields if it's not targeting the ship in question. And Sempiternals are getting really beautiful against fire. Taking hull damage now, so...
It is, but it just EMP'd everything out, so... Not the TPC, apparently. It's really got to get that TPC to stop shooting at it, because that's doing most of the damage. It's distracted the Sicarius, though. Once it gets down to just the dragon and the...
How are you doing an armor size here? Yeah, it needs to turn to face this on the side. Which it can do because of attitude thrusters, but it really needs to turn around. Uh-oh! 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 Uh-oh!
Ooh, this isn't good.
This is close. This is close. No, don't face that side! No! The Enlightenment goes down!
Uh-oh.
That's... we're left with, I believe a Bliss that's currently losing CR, some 29% CR, and
that is an upsetting loss. I didn't want that to happen, but he just got too distracted with the Sicarius.
Yep, the Sicarius distracted a bit too much and just let the TPC just eat into the side.
I think the issue is that the rest of the fleet didn't have anything to back up the capital. Nothing to actually clear the target so it could focus on the important things.
Yep, and that's going to be the... I forgot what you're called. Your communion is going to go down real soon. And that leaves the Bliss.
Luckily, as far as the not having good killers goes, that can easily be amended.
Yeah. Ooh. Whoa. Link count. There you go. Okay, just do this now. Like, can just hang on. I wanted to speed through this, but it's fine. We don't need to speed through this. There you go. It's a bit of a shame, though. I was expecting, like, the Enlightenment definitely had the capability to last out. It's just the AI screwed it up a little bit. Come on, finish the job. Yeah, the main damage with the Sempiternals, which we never really got in range. Timeout. 500 seconds.
I'm out.
500 seconds, which means I believe the map would get completely revealed and every pilot gets made reckless at timeout.
Yep, reckless, and there's the like raw scream on all the ships.
Yep. So
yeah, it's
519.
Ava said it right. It's a good fleet. The AI just didn't really do what it needed to do.
Yep, that's Caroids.
And like I said, it needs better DPS support ships.
The Bliss, I'm not sure what the Bliss were adding to that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit redundant because you already had a ship that was built for nullifying enemy attacks. They needed something to actually finalize them, basically. Which I guess would have been the Communion's job, but the Communion was a carrier and the fleet had locusts. So in general, I guess it just countered the strategy really well.
Yep. Bit of a bad mismatch, I think, in that sense.
And you're right, Kara, that is a bit of a problem with Aura, is that there's not a lot of DPS weapons. Alright. So what was the time on that?
That was 5:19. And
what do we got next? We got Night Chase with Saination.
Yep, Saination, which is literally a Lemurian Lion, an armored Korakota, and an armored Lamia. What have you got?
I like this.
Zone Scorcher, High Explosive Mortar Mark III, Kinetic Accelerator Mark III, Arc Missile Pods, and some light vehicle defense systems. Livids. With an ITU, thankfully. Zone Scorcher, I think... Last tournament, it was a similar design, but they had a Singularity Launcher as opposed to a Zone Scorcher, so...
And it was two Hemors.
Was it?
Yeah, it was two Hemors and a Singularity Launcher was Karoi's Nemean.
And what we have here, we have a Korakota, which has a Zone Scorcher, an Arc Missile Pod, Kayak, and High Explosive Mortar, Flat Guns, and Armor. And the Lamia has got a Beehive Nailer, High Explosive Mortar, standard, all of them standard builds, really.
It's interesting seeing a Zone Scorcher on the Nemean line. hopeful for it because as of the latest patch for Psi, or the latest major one anyway, the Zone Scorcher has worse DPS and efficiency than it used to have, but it reduces the rate of fire of the ships that it hits.
Ooh.
Yes.
Status effect weapons, I like that.
So it should be a really good bully weapon for the Nemean line, already having 2 other large universal mounts firing in addition to the Zone Scorcher.
Yep. Also, Zone Scorcher working really well, I'm assuming, versus all the locusts flying around.
Oh yeah, if the Nemean line faces Sicarius, there's nothing Sicarius can do. Mind you, that's also a general, just what happens when a capital runs down a destroyer, but hey, it'll be even funnier this time.
It's the Beehive Nailer flying off. I never really enjoyed the Beehive Nailer as like a point defense. Never seemed to do anything for me.
You got to get a lot of them, but once you get a lot of them, they do everything. So much for those sparks.
Oh, the arc.
Yeah, so much for them.
Oh, the arc. Oh, the arc. Uh-oh. Nemean Lion's really up close to person, losing armor already.
That's not good.
Nope.
Come on, Nemean. I believe in you.
We kind of forgot because he had like 6 rounds of like wins, but that is a very powerful dragon.
Yeah, it's a nice little boat. Big boat.
Yeah. It goes roar and stuff. That is one bad dragon, TN.
You know, normally I'm the one supposed to make those jokes.
Not with me around. Oh!
It's lost all of its frontal plating. I don't know if it can pull out from that. That's unfortunate.
That is... Like, if they manage to kill everything else and focus, it can do it, but... Like, the Cigar's... The Cigar's doing a lot of... even if... Because there are no fighters here, but the Cigar's does a lot of distraction work as well.
Yeah, have they killed any of the ships yet?
No, not the enemy ships.
Oh, that's not good.
Because the Zone Scorchers keep getting distracted by all the flying locusts.
Yep. So it's not being able to do any hold DPS, which is what it really needs, because the Korokata doesn't have much to fight hull otherwise.
It's got 1 high explosive mortar, I think. That's it.
Yeah. At least it's taken out the fighters.
And it's also being focused down by the, okay, this may be, yeah, that Nemean line may have glitched out. That may have glitched out. I might have to move that.
It's either glitched or it's terrified.
I'll give it a while longer.
It looks like it's facing the Sicarius.
Yeah. It's the shield, it's put its shield back up, so it's definitely in the fight again.
Yeah, it's just because it lost its front armor. It's freaking out because it's outnumbered. The Korokata's dying, so it doesn't want to join that. The AI, especially in 0.8, I've noticed, is really terrified of engaging a losing fight. So when another ship's getting hit, unless it's specifically ordered to escort it or something, it tends to just let it die, rather than helping. Even if in reality its assistance would totally change the tide.
Yeah. Is one of Cigar's thing? Yeah, one Cigar's is down, I think, yeah.
I mean,
Again,
it's
focusing the wrong target there, Nemean line. You are focusing the wrong target there.
The Nemean's not very good at shield tanking, and it's lost its main armor, so I don't know if it can really pull out from this. I mean, it definitely can't pull out. It's a slow accelerating ship. The Dragon's just going to keep it hammered. Oof.
Because I'm always of the opinion that as long as you can focus fire, you can get out of a lot more stuff, but the AI has a very big problem with focus firing.
Oh yeah, they do. Particularly in 0.8, I'm going to say again, because the AI is a bit more defensive in general. They like to try and protect against damage more so than deal it out. So hard points are a lot less useful than they used to be. Watching hammerheads twist 90 degrees while under mild fire because there's annihilators included is really frustrating.
Oh, that's one rear armor. Are we going to have the magical situation where the Nemean line uses all its armor before dying? Because that doesn't usually happen.
Yeah, it usually retains, like, one of the rear plates.
Sagaris P down. So that's both the Sagaris is down at least, so... Technically, a lot of the distraction is gone, but the Lamia is about to go down.
Yeah.
And the ion cannons...
The Tigers are still in the fight.
Yeah, they're ion cannoning that thing down to bits. I mean, all its weapons are now being EMP'd out. It can't really fire much right now.
This was an unfortunate situation to watch.
Yeah.
As quoth the Lamina fiddlesticks.
Yeah. Damn that jungler.
And we're not even gonna get the fourth plate shot off because it's facing the wrong direction.
Yeah, come on, man.
I mean, it's facing the right direction, of course.
Flee! Flee! Leave the Nemean line! Killed by what looked like a needler shot from the Razor. 347. That is disappointing.
Might have been the needler.
That looked like the needler to me.
You hate to see that happen.
Yeah, it's painful. Genuinely very, very painful. So the dragon is the best battle line capital. It's pretty up there.
Next up, Luna with Shadow Yard Reconstruction Authority.
Yay, the SRA with Scotty. It's Scotty with a Narwhal, Barago. Basically, we're relying on a lot of the fighters here. There's a Tartarus with a Chain Gang CLPC and a Wave Pulse. But I think we're relying a lot on the fighter/frigate type, the mini frigates. It's got cast assault beams and a micro lance and some missiles. But it does seem to me that we're relying a lot on the fighters here, which in this Locust heavy pirate fleet, it's tricky.
Yeah, these carrier heavy fleets get a bit it's a bit nerve-wracking now that we see how many Locusts are in. And I guess at this point we kind of have to assume every AI fleet has to have Locusts because they're just that good. I don't blame Saluna though, because fighters are SRA's strong suit, so this is definitely the plan that should have gone through. It's just unfortunate that there's Locusts.
Yeah.
Oh, but there is the Tartarus, which might...
Yeah,
the Tartarus will definitely pull through some good work.
It's got a Wave Pulse cannon, and it'll do some good work as well, but... The Wave Pulse cannon, it's got a Wave Pulse and 3 medium CPCs. I mean, it can do a lot of good work.
Yep. Plus, those fighters are shielded, aren't they?
We're about to find out. Again, minor point, I love SRA art. Like, the little, like, movable jets are bloody beautiful.
It's a very fancy...
Whoa! Okay, so, turns out that the fighters can't survive that.
Not when they jump right into it.
No.
Bit over-aggressive. So I'm going to say that it's because of how few fighters there are, even though they're shielded, the Locusts are probably going to hard counter them. It kind of comes down to whether or not the Tartarus can kill out those Sagaruses. I'm not pronouncing
Sagaris, I think.
Sagaris?
Yeah, with a G.
I'm just awful.
Yeah, Sagaris.
Ooh, the dragon isn't letting the Tartarus do its work.
The dragon knows its job.
Yep, the dragon knows its job, and... Oh no.
Yep. I am beset, says the Tartarus. That's right.
This is in a bad spot.
And the Scotty can't really do a lot to back up. It's got, like, some point defense lasers, but not much else.
Like, this is what I'm saying, though. This is a good fleet. It's just that this
goodbye, Tartarus.
Knows how to kill it.
Tartarus is down. All that's left is the Scotty. I mean, those flash bombers, like, those bombs take a long time to die, so they distract a lot from the point defense.
They do.
I mean, the Scotty doesn't actually have any weapons, pretty much. It has, like, some point defense and a couple of launchers. Other than that, it's relying entirely on the fighters, which are getting hard counted by the Locusts.
Yeah, worse yet, they're LRMs.
Oh yeah, they got the Narwhal Tusk launcher, which is not going to get close enough. and the LRMs, which aren't going to do any damage.
Something that's really dooming these fighters is that temporal shell. They're flying around without a shield, so they just fly into the locust swarms and kill themselves.
Getting lovely like SRA art, like how the Baragos have like their little deployment like nodes that stay around afterwards. The amount of care and attention to detail is beautiful. It's the little things, you know.
There's a lot of very.
That said, that dragon's getting hammered. Whoa! There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a turn up to the books. Those fighters are getting some very nice micro lance hits on the dragon.
There's only one locust in the area now, so the fighters are surviving long enough to do good damage.
Yeah.
But can the Scotty recover?
Where did the Cigaris die?
I don't think so. I think it's like up. It might be stuck in the north.
No, I think it's dead. I don't see it. Cigaris died at some point.
I guess it died at some point.
Yeah, that was a sudden turnaround indeed.
That is impressive. I'm happy to see that happen.
And I guess like now the temporal shell actually makes a bit of difference because all they need is get close enough to just get a few hits here and there, and boom, there goes the dragon.
Yeah, the temporal shell is a powerful system on those fighters. It's just that because the locusts are already there, it's dangerous for them.
Okay, now the dragon's gone, so all we need to do is take out the Cigaris and we can wipe out the rest.
Good job, Scotty.
And to think we doubted you, I feel bad now.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Those are really good fighters. I kind of forgot they had assault beams on them, which are basically the small versions of the Diva Cat heavy beams.
Yeah.
They do a lot of damage.
Like the tiny lance, which is a minor Nidhogg.
It's a minor Nidhogg plus like high explosive beams, essentially.
They're brutal. And with the temporal shell, that means they're just always shooting around the.
Oh, look at that! That's beautiful. I also very much like the graphics of like sweeping beams.
Yeah.
That's 283. Well done, win.
The API allowing sweeping beams is such a good improvement into 0.8. 283, round 10, win.
Nice.
Next up,
those fighters definitely
won. The carriers simply out-carriered the locusts. Next, we have Mordia with another DME fleet.
Oh yeah. Which is also got a Jeanne d'Arc, but even more. So it's Jeanne d'Arc, double Erlon, and double Shalikas. So let's see what we have. The Jeanne d'Arc has a quad hybrid blaster this time around, which I believe is going to have a range of about 1600. A couple of tactical shock beams, a lot of tracers, a lot of the DME version of the Salamander. A lot of, again, lots of damselized strike bombers because they're really, really useful. The Durlon class escort carriers have tactical shock beams, dual linear chain guns, and Spirale heavy fighter wings, which are basically what's the equivalent of a Spirale in vanilla, I wonder? Kinetic weapon and anti-fighter missiles. So broadsword, maybe?
Maybe?
Yeah, maybe it's a broadsword variant. And what the Shalikas got. The Shalikas have a little bit of kinetic. And
so keep in mind that the previous DME competitor, which was Blowthorn, currently has the fastest win at 116 seconds.
And here we have more fighters.
And as Tech had asked if that last round was the slowest win, no, actually round 6, which was Chaos Farseers with Diable, got 286 rather than 283.
And the slowest loss is at 519. 519. Oh boy. Yes.
Or it fought well, but it lost.
Sad. Right.
And this is an absurd amount of fighters.
Yeah, this is a total of 10 fighter wings. The Shalikas are going to die. I'm calling it right now. They're going that aggressive, they're dead.
Probably. With the Locusts, a tiny frigate isn't going to last long.
No, it's not the slowest. You were 3 seconds off the slowest win there. Who did the SRA just now? I forget.
SRA was Soluna.
Yeah, Soluna. Soluna was 3 seconds off slowest win.
Yeah, Soluna beat Garrett Gas for 3 seconds.
Well, the Shalikas are not dead yet, and it's already one Sagaris about 3/4 health, because all the damselflies were like, you know what? Perforators, bitch. And you remember the what they've done is actually very clever, because they've really focused on the fact that the Jeanne d'Arc is pretty much a carrier only, and have left most of the slots empty. They've given it a quad hybrid blaster, but that's it, pretty much. Quad hybrid blaster keeps support missiles, couple point defense, and just that's it. And the quad hybrid blaster now is a very good weapon, and it doesn't have to worry about flux problems because it's only got one weapon to deal with. And Dragon down, very fast. Dragon kill, and what's left is basically one Sagaris and the 2 Locusts.
Oh wow, and the frigates didn't die.
Nope. That's one Tiger down. Ooh, this is gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Oh my god. Oh, new victory.
Can they do it?
Yep. By 7 seconds. 109 is the new record.
109 is the new record to beat.
It's the Bitcoin miners. That was good. It was Morsha's Bitcoin miners. New record.
DME once again being a little bit on the powerful side.
Astral can't even use Capeshes. That's a good point, actually. The Astral can't.
Next up, we have Naya with the Foundation of Borken.
Tentacles!
Has not been seen very much in tournaments.
Yeah,
so
I'm looking forward to this. So you have a battleship, an abyssal battleship, a Shudamel class, which has, let's see, 2 large synergies, 6 medium hybrids, 8 universals. It's got the power cycle drive. It's got, of course, the deep space navigation. They're all phase ships, pretty much. Grey Stab Tug.
The whole faction's phase.
Apart from, apparently, the dedicated carrier is not phase. Apparently, that's the only one that isn't phase, I believe. Several little pew-pew missiles, some anti-armor cannons, some anti-shield cannons, and the Grey Stab, I believe, is an energy beam. It's like
I don't know how I feel about this because of the locusts.
And Grey Stab 2 Mark 3s, and Grey Stabs Type 1s, and some flak. Yeah, we'll find out how it goes. I find it very difficult to gauge this properly because I don't actually like. I've only seen it. I've only seen them really last tournament and the one time I fought them in my campaign.
As Knight Kev just pointed out, they have an exact 200k budget,
which means they immediately earn points in my book. Thanks Ozonix, thanks Duke Nublington for the follows. Appreciate that. Yeah, let's go. It's a 2-ship, and there's like again with like mods that look really awesome. Like I love like the effect of whenever they go into like phase mode, they grow tentacles. It's awesome.
Starsector has some pretty mods.
Some very pretty mods. Like when when Alex actually tweets out your mod saying this is awesome, you know you've got it right.
Which mod did you do that for?
Borken.
I don't use Twitter. Oh, the beams only do half flux on the Tiger. That's gonna hurt.
Oh.
They can't burst down even the smallest ship. That's not good.
Well, Tiger's already down, so.
Yeah, the one going for the battleship, not the one that the destroyer is facing.
Well, the battleship's doing all the work. So if the destroyer is supposed to distract things, the battleship is quite happy to just do that.
I think that's the destroyer with the 2 large mounts that should be a cruiser.
I'm so like not used to seeing the Borken. I can't even look at the ship and tell what weapon is what. I can't even tell what's part of the design and what's part of the weapons.
It's flashy and it's doing work, so that's all I really know.
Look, I love that. Look at those things. It's summoning like weapons from outer space or something, because that's awesome.
Dope.
This is dope.
It seems to fire a whole bunch of like energy missiles whenever it's phase.
Yeah. I think its ship system is it summons weapons that are out of phase, like, as in like there are always missiles out of phase of the universe, and it just summons them in whenever it's ready. I think that's the system it's got. Ed4125, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. I need to start making like catchphrases, like subs. Welcome to the army. When you're happy, I'm happy, kind of stuff. The other voice, it's me, and you also have Dizzy. Dizzy is my fellow commentator who is far more knowledgeable than me, and sometimes far more funny.
Hello.
And sometimes puts on a voice for no reason.
Hello. Alright, so this fleet's doing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean...
I guess, all things considered, Borken does have really heavy armor phase fleet. So they can just kind of ignore the Locust to a point.
Because Borken's, like, their thing is that whenever they go into phase, they redistribute all the armor.
Yeah, plus they have a small amount of actual, like, armor regeneration to, a percentage of their max, I think.
Yeah, that was 170. That was very, very good.
170 is a good time.
That is a nice battleship as well, I like that. That's very, very nice to see. NTS, tell me it was a sexy robot. And Kamitura Anos. That was very, very nice. And Neo was worried. I saw chat. I saw like Neo was like, I'm so dead. It's like, no, you were fine. That was really, really good. That was competent.
Next, we got Sunrasha, again, with Shadow Yard.
Wait, what?
I'm excited to see that.
Another Scotty. Another Scotty, another Shacom Elites, although we've gone for a Tartarus, a Standoffish... No, Tartarus, a Seski, and an Anu. So it's very...
Okay, so he managed to fit basically the same fleet as Saluna, but he got a couple frigates in.
Yes, because his Scotty's far more attacky. This Scotty's got a wave pulse cannon and storm blasters on it. The Tartarus,
and the Tartarus has like cheaper guns.
Yes, it's got three medium CPCs and a wave pulse cannon as well. It's got pretty much the main brunt of the attack is still there.
Yeah, it might be whole mods then. They did something to save a little bit of money and a frigate.
Yeah, they still got like 8,500 points to go. So
Sunrasha likes Ratatas. What can we say?
I believe, Fearlock, that care will be taken to avoid pairing same tech fleets, I think. As far as I understand
Sunrasha really saved money. He's like almost 10k below budget.
Yeah. I love this is apparently your fleet, by the way.
Yeah, it's I guess that never got fixed.
Yep. What do I actually have here? I actually didn't check the frigates because I didn't realize they weren't going to be relevant. Looks like CPC's on one, and the Seski is irrelevant because it's a Seski.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a Seski.
Fun Hood, thanks for the race for the Prime sub.
But it doesn't do anything.
Appreciate very much the Prime sub. Tartarus is coming in. The Tartarus is doing better. The Dragon doesn't seem to be focusing it down so quickly, so it's actually taking fire on the. It's actually putting damage onto the Sagaris, although, never mind, here comes the Dragon.
As soon as one of those Sicariuses go down, as we've seen, the Scotty will basically finish the job.
Oh, the Scotty is not... The Scotty is in its fighter wing. The Scotty is just there to repair them, really. That's it, this...
did okay damage.
Yeah.
But it's taking it now.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, it's taking a lot.
It decided to stop right in front of the thing. That's it. This Scotty is geared up for far more damage. So this Scotty can do a lot more damage if it goes into front. Like the other Scotty was very defensive, very point defensy. We've a shit of a bit of point defense here. Wow, that is exactly like a proper Mimir. It missed every single land shot it takes. Wow, that was impressive. They coordinated fire perfectly to miss by exactly the same amount every time.
Yep.
They're bracketing that Sagaris. They don't want to hit. Anu is down. Yeah.
Gotta kill one of the Sicariuses, or otherwise the fleet's gonna get hurt.
The hurt Sicarius is...
Anu.
Yeah. Well, the Sagarises are kind of dealing with the Skadi alone. So as long as that Seski keeps distracting the dragon, the Skadi can do some nice damage down here.
What are you saying? The Seski might be doing something?
Hey, it's distracting something up there. Like I know it's illegal for a Seski to be doing anything, but
I think this is illegal.
Uh-oh, that's Sagaris on very low health there. Oh, and they managed.
What do you mean? Uh-oh.
No, this is good. I mean, the Sagaris, they managed to get a wing behind the Sagaris.
We want comeback victories.
Yep, one Sagaris is down, so pressure is very much off.
That's probably it.
The Seski is still alive. The Seski is. Why is the Seski still alive? The Seski's actually going to suffer. The Seski's actually going to start losing combat readiness. A Seski isn't supposed to be get to the point where it can lose combat readiness.
Yeah, I was about to say I've never seen a Seski lose combat readiness.
Like, let's be honest here. The fighters that the Skadi's got are better than the Seski, and probably cost more points-wise. But those fighters cannot hit those lances. It's impressive.
And they can hit him on the dragon, I'm sure. It's a big hole.
They seem to be distracted by the other by the locust. What is by the tiger?
Trying to help the Seski.
Okay, Snrasha, you don't quite understand what a Seski's supposed to do, right? This is not what's supposed to be happening right now.
Ban this sick filth.
Which is actually interesting, because now the Skadi is kind of focusing on the Sagaris, which means if the Sagaris keeps focusing on the Skadi can send all his fighters to do all the other work. I mean, all the fighters are over there, kind of guarding the Seski. He's got 5 fighters guarding a frigate that's worth less than one of them.
Hey man, it's worked so far.
But the Seski's being afraid, and therefore pulling the fighters away from the combat.
That's true.
So we can actually happily say here that the Seski is screwing it up for everybody.
Yep. It pulled through for
oh my god, they
minutes,
all
but
missed
now
the lances again.
It's back to its usual job of being a bit of a dead brick.
Oh my god. That Seski is actually ruining things right now.
I need
That
to come up
Seski's
with a good metaphor.
actually ruining things right now. And the Seski's gonna die to low CR before the end of the fight.
Oh, here's an issue. If it gets really low CR and starts being defensive, while the Skadi still tries to defend it,
yep,
then it's going to take the fighters out of the fight.
Yep, the Skadi is taking hell damage.
Because if the Skadi brought its fighters back, it could end it, like, right now.
Okay, the Sagaris is down. They managed to blow up the Sagaris, which means all that's left now is the dragon and the tiger. Which means, hopefully, the Seski can... Hang on, no, that's the traditional pose. I know that pose. Nope. Okay, you're turning. Good. So yeah, we are at 3 minutes. No, we're at 360. So at 500, of course, we get the timeout, which is going to be a very interesting situation.
Oh, as soon as timeout happens, it's going to murder the dragon, I'm sure.
Well, the Seski's actually coming in again, fighters. But the fighters are still going to guard the Seski.
Oh no, because it'll be reckless.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's a beautiful sound, by the way. Again, I want to start counting. I'm going to start counting like lances that actually hit because oh my god.
Hey man, you miss every shot you take.
That's another one. That's another one. Oh, that's a hit on the shield. That's a hit. So that's one.
It penetrates the shield a little bit. Remember.
Yeah, but you actually hit the shield. That's good. Saluna made the Skadi aggressive. You can see the difference. Yeah. Okay, the Skadi is now on 20 CR.
The Skadi or Seski?
Sorry, the Seski is on 20 CR. The Skadi is being really defensive, so... Okay. The Seski has definitely, like, slowed this fight down by acting as a focal point for the fighter escort.
The Seski is making this a CR battle, and for that, we are all shaming it.
Okay, here you go. Okay, so they're actually focusing on the dragon now. And as it turns out, if they're focusing the dragon, they do a lot of damage very quickly. Those beams really, really tear things apart.
Good.
Oh my god, the Seski's coming in to fire some guns, you know? Contribute, pretend it was meant to be here all along.
I'm helping!
This Seski's currently being played by Ralph Wiggum.
6 CR. Come on, Seski.
4, 5, 3! No, dead Seski. Good, now hopefully we might actually have something.
I died!
There we go, there we go.
Aggressive Scotty when weapons are cautious and fighters are aggressive. 5D mind games.
Ooh, okay, so all the fighters died just there because they didn't quite get behind the shields. They wasted a lot of their shield shots.
Yeah, the Scotty's too far away, so they're wasting the temporal shell thingy.
Getting close.
On approach rather than when they should be using it while they fight, because that
increases. That said, we are actually over 500 seconds, so we're all reckless now, so ranges will get shorter.
Spitting out fighters.
There you go.
The thing is, too, because they're going faster with the time warp thing, they do more DPS.
Hey, you win.
Which means that they can better, like, disable the guns, which gives them a, a loop of being able to just kill the dragon. Hey, I won!
Well done. That is 5:53. That is the slowest win by a long shot.
Yep, that is the slowest win.
By almost a factor of 2.
We have another Aura fleet with C. Jusa.
Oh, ooh. Okay.
I'm hoping for the carrier this time because it'd be the first instance of not using the same capital as the copy.
No, it's not. There's no carrier. There's no capital at all here.
There's no capital at all.
No capital at all. We have one elevation, which is the front-facing ship with the Sempitron at the front, and then Echoes, Recital Deliverers, that, and then a Communion with Wisdom Fighters, the Nerfed Clawwing, and another Fervor, and 3 Blisses with Recital Deliverers. These are more aggressive Blisses, at least. They have more aggressive weaponry, and the lack of a capital is really going to hurt.
Well, I mean, it is, as I've said a lot in the Discord chat, actually, that it is a valid strategy. It could give you a potential boost early game because you have a better budget for buying a lot of ships. But later on, when that budget difference like kind of tapers off, you're just going to be left without a capital.
CJ USA is also a good 13,000 below cap.
Ooh, that's not good.
No, if you're below,
if you're going to go with the no capital strategy, I think you really have to be very clever and efficient with your budget.
Yeah, so this is a single cruiser, quadruple destroyer, and 1 carrier loadout.
Yeah, worse yet, they went no capital, fighter heavy against a anti-fighter fleet.
Did they know this was going to? I mean, do you know what you're going to be fighting against?
No, that's just what happened.
Okay.
And later rounds, people know who they're going to be fighting against.
No, that's the whole point of today, I guess.
Yeah. Today is like, all right, let's just build your fleet, and we're gonna
see you,
do a seed based off that. See ya, Ava.
It's gonna be interesting because, like I said, it has the capacity to go far, but I don't think it will because of limitations.
Yeah, it's
one of those things. Like if I was piloting if a player was piloting the elevation, this would go much better than it's probably going to go.
Like my main thing with when I was describing the strategy huddle Discord was that you could massively outnumber whatever fleet you're fighting in round 1, but each subsequent round, your budget difference will slowly degrade. So eventually you'll just be an even number, but without a cap. So it's a strategy. I don't know if it's the good one.
Well, Communion down, Carrier's already down, and one of the Blisses is down.
That's not good. You hate having that many kills at once.
Yep. See that you're trying to go for like fighter heavy and you just lost 3/4 of your fighter fleet. And now the dragon's fighting close range with your cruiser, who's got a front-facing weapon that's not facing towards its main target.
Yeah, and it doesn't have enough echo casters to flux out, or not flux out, EMP out, whatever it should have.
Well, it's got two echo casters.
Yeah,
and
which isn't
not enough.
4 or whatever that the
7.
7. Oh god.
It was 7. It was 3 central and 2 either side, so 5 maximum at a time. So that's the elevation down. What we left now with, I think, 1 Bliss.
Is this going to be the quickest loss?
Nope. Don't think so. It might be, actually.
Currently, the quickest is 305 seconds with the low tech.
Depends how long this this Bliss wants to last.
It does have a fortress shield.
No, Sapphire Sage, this is not a PvE tourney. This is just the first round to get a basic, like, everyone gets some points, and then next round it'll be 2v2 PvP.
Yeah, this is to establish, first of all, give everyone, like, force them to reveal part of their fleet, and also to establish the seed that the organizers will use to help or set up who's on what team.
It doesn't even say shamed. It just says the name.
Yeah, it's weird. It says shame on a victory.
The name is just like, I'm not even gonna say this shit. It's just your name. Just go away.
All right, fastest loss so far.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. They went with a strategy, a risky one, but a bold one, and unfortunately did not pay out for this. Next up, we have Dancy 212 with the Neutrino Corporation.
Which is interesting because again, Neutrino weren't played last time. They've gone huge. They've gone battleship carrier, and with the drone wing, with the bomber drones, because they went for Banshee with javelin torpedo launchers.
Yeah, the Banshee's the missile one, isn't it?
But aren't javelins the Imperial missiles?
You may be right.
Hang on. Large missile equivalent of the Pylum. Okay, they just share a name, but the Javelin is definitely the name of an Imperial missile.
Oh yeah, right. There is the Neutrino Javelin.
Yeah, Javelin torpedoes rather than Javelin missiles, I guess.
The Javelin that's in II is really big, slow, and high explosive.
And you got the Schwarzgeist, the Black Ghost bomber drones.
Well, I didn't think that the Dragon and Sakaar had very much for point defense, so maybe the Banshee will just burst down the ships.
Yeah, and the Maul class has 3 dual gigablade. That's, oh my god, I forget how stupid this is. This is like this cruiser has 3 large energy weapons plus a built-in large energy weapon. It's got nothing else, but that's pretty much all it needs. It's got, was it 2 Magnetar bursts? That's it. But
it has the big red button, and that's about it.
Yeah, pretty much. And of course, the self-healing armor of Neutrino ships as well. Neutrino used to be at least a very overpowered boss faction. They've been toned down a lot since then, I believe.
I don't know about boss faction, but they used to be pretty bloated. It was less so that the whole faction was bloated. They had a lot of ships that definitely needed some cutting down. I
do like I do think like that Neutrino has like they look nice. I guess they have an older look because they've been around for longer, I suppose.
Yeah,
but they do
they're starting to show their age.
I still enjoy them.
Mm-hmm. I like their energy missiles.
Here we go. Javelins away.
They have a good, unique take on missiles. I feel that I enjoy. Ooh. Lack of ECM is curious. Let's hope it works out.
Interesting sound for those beams. Oh yes, also, a huge point of Neutrino, they have very small shield arcs, which cannot be increased in any way.
Yep. But they regenerate armor, which is the intentional combination, is that they have generating this form of almost shielding, and their actual shielding is kind of crap.
Yeah, and then they just lose a cruiser. So...
yeah.
Yep.
They don't have very much hull either.
No, the Locusts are going to do a lot of damage.
Like, that's their whole thing, is that they have two layers of regenerating defenses, but if you can get past both of them, they fold immediately.
Yep, that's going to go down. That might be the fastest loss.
Oh man. It should do better in a PvP, I think, though, because missile platforms like that are just good support ships, but...
That's 99 seconds.
Fleet, 99 seconds? Not even 3 digits.
Ow. Ow.
So, as we go into the final round, I want to count out how we've gotten. We've gotten 6 so far.
6 what? 6 losses or 6 wins?
We've gotten 6 losses. Almost half of the players have lost.
Is that hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, it's last round.
Yep, we're on the last one, which is Lightning JC with Mendelson Industry.
Ooh, Mendelson. Full Mendelson fleet. Nice. What do we have here? We have a Might-class mascot shuttle. Is that your flagship? A shuttle.
No, he probably just ordered it in the first slot.
Okay. With 2 antimatter blasters. Okay. And I'm assuming, yeah, this is the Dranger, which is the... Well, to be fair, it's the Mendelson Odyssey, so we're going to have a Pirate Odyssey versus the Mendelson Odyssey. With the heavy roster shield, which is the damper field version, I think. Maser Lance, Mjolnir cannons, Actel cannons, Sabo SRM pods, light masers, cracklers, Payton systems, Obex fighter wings, Mantarn light breaker cruiser with Mjolnir cannons, Molaris blasters, ITU and you as well. ITU as well. Hardened shields as well on the Dranger. That's a 0.62 efficiency shield.
Drenger, the hashtag not an Odyssey.
Oh, Dancy feels bad. That was rough.
It's alright, Dancy. I think your fleet was just like really overinvested in the missile capital thing, which it'll work better, I think, in the PvP section, because you'll have an actual fleet to back you up. But for this, you just didn't have any defense to simply being run down by a dragon.
Yeah, and the
Maul didn't have any support either. So
yeah, the Maul went in hard as well. Yeah. So we have 2 Kustos, which is the Mendelson Enforcer, with silver cannons, heavy autocannons, light masers. So very kinetic heavy Kustos. And then we have the several Might class shuttles. There's the mascot one, and then 3 Hammer, Striker, and Sustained. So that's Combat MG light masers, Railgun, Harpoon, and Casta. Thanks for the follow, Tavarin. And a Railgun double hammer there. Okay. And we have the Obex fighters, which you don't know. They're light masers and hammer torpedoes. So they're kind of... Again, the entire fluff of Mendelson is they're all mining vessels, so they all have mining weapons here and there. Again, I think in amount of ships they're kind of evenly matched. Like Mendelson's got a little bit more, and it's actually it's going to be a Dragon Odyssey variant versus Odyssey variant, which will be quite interesting. Here we go.
Ah. 8 ships, not quite low-tech numbers, but hey.
Yeah, like Mendelson sits like low-tech, mid-tech range, so.
No, I think it's pretty firmly low-tech. It just has energy weapons.
Yeah, Mendelson is like a higher-tech version of low-tech, so it's between low and mid, I think.
They have very cheap weapons and ships, too.
Yeah.
So in general, they're gonna have pretty big fleets.
And again, the roster field on the Dranger means it can actually fire while having a damper field active, basically.
not as good of a damage shield, though, is it?
No, it used to be a lot better. It got nerfed down heavily, I think. Kind of
Might almost went down there, but it made it out with like 10% of its health.
One of
Only
them.
for another might to die, so
yep.
I guess it just stole all that guy's luck.
Nope, and there you go. That might finish its job. The roster fields used to be a lot worse. In the sense they used to be.
And yeah, foreign talent. The Mendelson has very cheap ships, but as you may be noticing, individually they're a lot weaker than their counterparts.
Yeah. Like
They're supposed to be like utility ships.
Yeah, the Mendelson's a mining corporation, so they're all designed to be like mining variants. That said, like the Drenger's got a dragon on a very nice angle here. It's just pummeling the side of it with high flux.
Yeah, that's good to see.
I actually managed to get behind the dragon. That has actually happened a lot. Although I think that Drenger's a little bit too passive for my taste. They wanted a slightly more aggressive captain would be nice.
Oh, I mean, well, if you check the flux of it, maybe it's fluxing its... No, it doesn't look like it is.
Mind checking the deployment points of the Drenger later. 30. Which is low for a capital ship, holy crap.
That's a bit absurd. That's upsetting.
30? That's low. Of course, Mendelson can yield a little bit of vanilla, so the Mjolnir cannons are definitely helping out.
Yep. That's another one of them vanilla plus factions.
Which is, again, it's one of the interesting things, because they definitely have enough of their own weapons. Like, well,
like, as a faction, they're supposed to work as basically just doing refits of ships to escort and more, like, to convert standard fleets into mining fleets, and vice versa.
That Mantarn's gonna go down real soon.
Yep.
Yep. Mantarn down. Again, really defensive Drenger. Although the Mantarn took out like half the hell of the dragon along the way. Like
well, the dragon was getting hit by the capital as well. Well, on Hood, it's strong. It's a capital, so it's pretty much inherently stronger than a Dominator.
I don't know, Dominator's stronger than some capitals.
I mean, in Alice, maybe. It doesn't really have the flux to support itself, and if it gets outflanked, it's immune.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Drenger has been out of combat for a while.
Thing is, like, it's shield up, so and I think it's trying to work as a carrier, which is not working out for it. It's there, it's putting its shield up, it's regenerating ships. It has that worrying, like between 2 and 3 o'clock spin that I associate with broken AI.
Yeah, it's a weirdly consistent trait.
Yeah. Like the shield turns on, so it's definitely awake.
Maybe pick it up and drop it.
Yeah, hang on. I'll do a quick pick up and drop. There you go. Wake up, buddy.
Just slap it.
Well, the fighters took it out. I think managed to get behind it and drop a couple of hammers in the right place. The dragon's down, so.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, 293.
Doesn't matter.
So it essentially was eventually pretty much a well-armed carrier because it didn't do much. It flew back. It went behind it, so it's stopping retreats, I guess. But yeah, 293 for the Mendelson fleet.
All right, so in total we have 10 wins and 6 losses.
Do you want to work on some rankings here? Do you want to start?
Us?
Yeah, then let's go through the numbers.
Well, I mean, okay, so round. Do you want me to do it, or you want to do it?
Oh, yeah, I'll work from the top. You work from the bottom. So I'll go for the fastest wins, and then you go for the slowest, the fastest losses, and we'll meet in the middle.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
And the fastest wins are best. The fastest losses are worst. So you start thinking, you start counting from the bottom. I'll start counting from the top, and then when we meet in the middle, we can make a full list.
Well, no, we're not supposed to do that. That's Tart and Oric.
Well, yeah, but
And the actual like seating isn't going to be directly like.
I know.
They're going to be doing some fiddling around.
I blocked off like 4 hours, dude. We're barely 2 hours in. I've got hours to kill, man.
You're true. We can theory craft. We can talk about the fleets.
We can ask the people what was their best moments.
Everybody, what do you enjoy about that tournament? Any fun fleets? Any
like what stood out? Like as they're considering it, what stood out? Like for you, as like surprising. Talking to you, Dizzy.
Oh, you're talking to me. I thought you were talking to the chat.
Oh yeah, okay, well, because of lag and stuff. So yeah, so talk to you first.
Yeah, okay. So I enjoyed SRA pulling back a win after losing its cruiser, and then doing literally the same thing the second time, just slower the second time. I enjoyed watching some of the carrier fleets who just kind of ignored the locusts. Like my own, for one, because all those Vicarious Wings just kind of ran in, murdered one of the Sicariuses in the first burn, and then died. That was amusing to see, given how worried I was getting. I'm kind of confirmed in my prediction that a lot of the fleets were carrier-based. Even the ones who didn't use carrier flagships tended to have carriers in them, with the exception of only a couple fleets that just went like really heavy on like Neutrino or Borken that had no fighters whatsoever.
See, so like low, mid, tech were not carrier fleets. Low, mid, and high were not carrier fleets.
Well, Neutrino had a one flight deck.
So low, medium, high were not. Blackrock was a carrier fleet. The DME were carrier fleets. The DA was a carrier fleet. You were a carrier fleet. ORA had fighters in them. At least the first one was an Enlightenment based. Fighters didn't do much.
Yeah, it wasn't really a carrier fleet though. I would say.
Psy wasn't a carrier fleet. The SRAs were. Borken was not. I don't actually know what Borken fighters are like. I don't know if they have any. They clearly do because they've got a dedicated combat carrier, but I'm not sure what they're like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Again, the Neutrino had a fighter wing, but they weren't really carrier heavy. And neither was Mendelson. Mendelson weren't really carrier either. They had fighters, but I don't think it was designed. You can't really have like a carrier fleet where you need to have only one ship and like 6 ships that aren't a carrier.
It's actually a fairly even distribution. We had a little bit less than really heavily carrier, and a little bit less than half carriers at all, basically, or like less than 1 or 2 wings. And then in the middle was like maybe 3 or 4-ish fleets that had like dedicated carriers as support ships, but they weren't a carrier fleet.
Yeah. Borken have only 1 fighter built in with a small beam. Apparently. The carrier is supposed to use vanilla fighters. Basically more of a token fighter than anything. That's okay.
Hey man, I respect keep sticking to the lore, I suppose.
Yeah. And having, actual like tentacle like I love like the Borken portraits are awesome. Have you seen them?
I've seen a couple.
It's like a massive eye in a spacesuit. It's just like, yep, they're properly aliens.
Yep. It's not subtle. It's just straight up Cthulhu in space.
Yep. Straight up Cthulhu in space.
So what are you thinking? What kind of matchups are you hoping to see?
I think it kind of balances out quite nicely. That I think it tends to be that carrier fleets will be supported by non-carrier fleets. I think it worked out. I think mostly okay. There might be some balances here and there, but I think it's going to work out mostly. And I think the fleets that need support and didn't have it will get that support.
Yeah, there's a couple fleets like
It's almost self-regulating like that.
Yeah, like Neutrino definitely needs some escorts, and I think it'll be a pretty good heavyweight as long as it has those escorts, because both those ships in the fleet are good. They just can't defend themselves very well. And then a lot of the carrier fleets, like my own, for instance, I literally made with the intent of being a support fleet. That's why it's named after bard spells and stuff.
See, how well did you do? You might not be. Yeah, you might be in the top half, I think. So.
Yeah. By the way, I have just set a video on my channel to no longer be unlisted, which features ships that I was almost uploading, but instead I set to. I almost went with the Caesar, but I decided against it. So there's a dumb little video on my channel now, featuring some of that.
Do you want to plug your channel now?
Okay, sure. My channel. Hold up, I gotta get a link to it.
Yeah, sure.
My voice cracked.
Hello, this podcast. This is called podcast voice. Like maybe something like this. You go like randomly.
Hello?
You go randomly like question mark at the end for some reason.
Hello.
So I am Dizzy. If you know me on the Discord. Otherwise, I have a YouTube channel which I sometimes, very rarely, post videos to. I have a tutorial for how to like create and submit a fleet for this tournament on that channel. It's a very basic one. Literally, like I just went, okay, one long cut, explain the process. And sometimes I like to shitpost on it. I don't do it very often because I'm lazy.
You do far better tutorials than I do. I tend to waffle on a lot when I do tutorials.
Well, it took me like 20 takes or so.
Yeah. I do one take and I just sit down and do it, and then like people get annoyed. It's like this could have been done in 5 minutes. You took half an hour. It's like, oh yeah, it's me.
I kept like restarting the take because I'd be sputtering or I'd forget a step or something, and it's still not a perfect tutorial. It's just it works. I wanted to get it out quickly.
It's useful for me because this is like the 4th, 5th tournament I've been casting, and I still had basically no idea how this worked. Like I've not a clue how to even like submit a thing to this thing, which is probably why I haven't done so this far. So I had no. So people do this. It's like it's magical. It's a magical place where people. I commentate on people's skills, and I have no idea how it works, at all. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you're doing this very good thing. How'd you do it? Not a clue.
Honestly, I do a lot of trial and error.
I am a muggle judging a magic championship. That's what's happening right now.
I mean, Quidditch isn't a very sensical game, to be fair. It literally exists as a plot device.
I barely figured out how to spin a fleet.
Just saying.
If you barely figured out how to spin a fleet, you're eons above me already.
But yeah. So I've plugged my channel. So how about yeah, I asked you about what kind of matchups you saw, and we kind of went in vague answers. But I mean, like specific factions you think?
I think the Neutrino and one of the DME will be really awesome together.
And it's probably exactly what's
it's probably Neutrino and DME I was looking down here. Like Neutrino and DME is going to be very interesting because Neutrino is exactly the kind of screening that the DME is exactly the kind of screening that Neutrino needs.
Yeah, and just watching the Neutrino missiles kind of float around in the middle of DME SAM fighters, just one-shotting things that get vulnerable.
Yeah, and then they both the Banshee and the Maul had super ranges as well, so they could just stand back, fire missiles, and then just beam occasionally.
Yep. I know that Tart and Auric want to avoid like high tech and stuff, but I want to see just how ridiculous that SRA and Aura can be together.
That would be interesting, yeah.
Especially like Karoi's fleet and I mean either of the SRA fleets because they both use the Scotty. That would be a really good bully fleet.
Well, that would be dirty. That would be dirty. Like having the front line of the Enlightenment with the support of all those fighters just dancing around and beaming things.
Mm-hmm.
That would be generally awesome, especially because you get the Echo's cast is just shutting down all point defense.
Yeah. Otherwise, what else could we see? We could see. I mean, like vanilla mid tech could go with literally anything.
Oh yeah.
And although they don't have a capital.
Yeah.
So it would just be a good like cruiser support.
I'm assuming
you're not
gonna get enough points between rounds to buy a capital easily, are you?
Yeah. Yeah, you won't be able to at all, just flat out. Like your budget increases only in like 50,000 credit increments.
Yeah.
Plus maintenance. I do think Mid-Tech Vanilla did the not have a capital strategy somewhat well though, because they had, what was it, like 6 destroyers and a cruiser?
It was the Eagle and 5 Hammerheads.
Yeah, that's a fairly competent fleet. It just lacks a capital. So early on, I think they'll do a pretty good job of pairing up with, especially if the fleet has a good core capital.
Yeah.
As long as the capital that they're paired with can maintain itself really well. I think just the sheer number of destroyers and cruisers that mid-tech will be able to deploy will be a good boon.
Yeah, Forentan puts in the chat, of course, that the conclusion is that everyone next round will have locusts.
Well, not very many people can use locusts.
It'll be interesting to see, like, if anyone can use a locust, they'll probably be equipping it for next round.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Interstellar Imperium is allowed a locust. There's all the vanilla factions, of course, can use locusts. And there's only 4 actual matchups, like, because it's 16 players split into 2s, so that's 8 teams. So right there, I just named 4 factions that can use a locust. There's a 50% chance based off that alone, like not even going into all the different factions that can use locusts because they're vanilla plus. It's a 50% chance that any given fleet's gonna be able to use locusts. So we might see a few.
Yeah. Also, because of course, for this tournament at least, like the pairings aren't. They're not random, but they weren't in the control of the players. But it'll be interesting to see in the future if you could get coordinated double PvP. Good machine. What's the last two?
Yeah, it'll. Depending on the matchups, there can be some really interesting strategies that come out too. A lot of the carrier-heavy fleets could do some really interesting surprises if they find that say, something that I think would be absolutely terrifying is if I got paired with Birdie, because that would be way too many fighters. And the Matriarch's a super carrier, keep in mind. Birdie doesn't have a super carrier. So I would double the amount of fighters that fleet has, and I could use crates.
Oh my god, that'd be disgusting. That'd be horrible. Oh my god. Doom Machine, hey, thanks for your comment, man. I appreciate you watching my stuff.
Always nice to have a fan.
I am very lucky. I am blessed.
Laya's right. Blackrock does have super fighters though, so yeah, super carrier with super fighters would be an awful, amazing,
again, the crates on the DME, for example.
Yep.
Yeah, like crates with Mirage Recall.
Honestly, crates in general.
Just crates. Just crates. Good night, Dancy.
Did the crates ever get nerfed since that last tournament?
Saination hasn't touched Blackrock in so long.
Oh boy, so they're still to
the point that like Blackrock is the only mod I've got that doesn't register with version checker. Because Saination hasn't touched Blackrock in ages.
Yep. Oh, Laya's right. Shikomes, they could pair with DME, or they could.
Nice. Yes.
I'm being a little bit narcissistic here, but the Matriarch with Shikomes would be funny.
Well, look, let's be honest here. The more like fighter base you have in Shikomes.
Yeah. Well, because also the Matriarch has that like Smash Bro style fighter system, where it could either increase the deployment rate, the damage, or I think the flux of the fighters, something like that. Like it has 3 modes, so one of them is the 25% extra damage, which is not as much as say the Heron has, but it's a good buff. Something like that with Shikomes would be
speed, damage, and refit. Apparently, according to chat.
Speed, damage, and refit. Okay. Speed would be good too. The AI likes to use damage though.
So what else do we have here? You have, what was the scimitars? Are they still around? Yeah, which is the
scimitar?
The scimitar are the Pterodor ones. The Disruptor Burst being double tactical lasers and double annihilator rocket pods on a phase skimming shielded fighter. It's a Corvette basically.
That sounds ridiculous.
With graviton lensing and advanced optics, so you have a stupid range on like several beams.
That's a frigate.
Yeah, it's a frigate. That's what broke last season, because I just put 3 of those on the old carrier, which at the time had reserve deployment, but these days has something else. Yeah, nowadays it has targeting feed, but that last, when I did my Pterodor campaign, it had reserve deployment. So 3 scimitars became 6 scimitars. Oh, new blog post? Whoa.
What?
Whoa, hold the phone.
Whoa, a blog post. Okay, let's just read the blog post on stream.
Hang on. If that's true, we will be reading this blog post.
It is actually a new blog post.
Oh, sweet. Hang on. In which case, let's Do I have to be careful with anything on the thing over here? Nah.
Linked in chat.
Yup. Hang on. Let's see. Let me create a. Hang on. There's a studio mode.
It's about battle stations.
Go to that. We're gonna create that. Gonna create and display and capture. Right. And we are gonna quickly just transform. A little bit cropping here and there so you don't see stuff that is not supposed to be seen. Doom. That works. Okay, cool. So can be trusted. Drawing battle stations. Hearing also examined. A lot of Photoshop talks, so be warned. This has now become a stream of me just reading a thing.
And I'm also here.
I mean, again, DG Baumgart is like amazing art. I mean, the team that you've got here is fantastic.
Team?
Oh, yeah, it's Alex and DG pretty much. The credits for Starsector is 4 people, I believe.
Yeah, it's not big.
No, it's hang on. If we quickly go back here and we'll find out and go into the. Yeah, it's Alex, David Baumgart, then Stian Stark, and then Ivailo Kovachev. And pretty much all of that is Alex. I mean, Alex does a lot of the work. The music is fantastic. Ivailo does game design, so I've not seen a lot about Stian or Ivailo, but Alex and David posted out at least. And
yeah,
thank you
Stian and Ivailo are kind of like background.
Thank you to all 4 of them because it's an amazing one.
I mean, like none of them actually work full time on it. I don't think it's just Alex and 3 people he hires for contract work basically. David just does a lot of it, so he tends to be around enough for blog posts. That's what I think, anyway. I could be wrong. You are still in the game right now.
Oh, bloody hell. Just do that. There you go. My bad. I'm not going to read this out loud as my voice is going to go.
You're still in game.
Shouldn't be.
Okay, now you're back. Now you're there. So what, we're just going to sit here while you quietly read it?
Quietly. Oh, I can't read it out loud. My voice is going to go. My voice is rough as it is.
All right, let me just harass you while you do this then. Hey, hey Nemo, when are we playing Borderlands?
You cut out there for me conveniently.
When are we playing Borderlands?
Whenever I can get a moment to play Borderlands, but that would be useful because it's going to be you, me, Shogun, and Yurik as well. Has Yurik been in chat? I haven't seen him say much.
I haven't seen him either.
So what is the spread? A miserable little pile of pixels.
Appreciated.
Yeah, always. Some Quake sprites.
Oh, best ship featured.
you and your ship, waifu.
It's the only ship that matters. Prove me wrong.
Dude, Nevermore's exist. QED.
That's a mod ship, so it's irrelevant. Falcon is the greatest ship. Change my mind.
Nah. I'm gonna have to read this later because this is gonna take me way too long. But like,
there's like animated GIFs,
animated GIFs. I'm
sorry, I don't pronounce it like a heathen.
I'm sorry. The guy put a G in it. If you wanted it to be a GIF, you should put a J in it. I don't care what he thinks.
I mean, okay. So, what's your explanation for the fact that GIF just sounds awful?
I don't care what it sounds like. It's graphical. It's graphical. The G in graphical is G.
Yes, but GIF is a word.
Yeah, it's a brand of peanut butter.
No, that's Jiffy.
It's GIF
I know,
here.
I know you're not from the land of the free.
No, it's called GIF here. Just JIF.
And I know that you have a incredible disability as a result. But unfortunately, you have to realize that it is really called Jiffy.
Sure, I don't even like peanut butter.
I mean, yeah, peanut butter is not that great.
Like I said, I'm probably gonna call the stream. We're just memeing at this point.
You heard it here first, folks. Peanut butter is awful, and you should all stop eating it.
That's just rough, man. You eat whatever you want to eat.
Well, whatever happens, just make sure you cut this bit out of the actual tournament video.
like I'm gonna edit any of this in. I'm just gonna make the stream public and say screw this noise.
The Vegas can't load. Screw it. I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
strategy.
Totally. Yep. The amount of effort that goes in, like, you think like it's a quick thing, but no, the effort that goes into stuff like this is just impressive. It always impresses me. Well, like
our artists are an impressive bunch.
I am always extremely jealous. Always extremely jealous.
Dude, I wish I had a talent.
The peanut butter website is literally gif.com.
That's awful.
I think I win.
I'm going to look up jiffy.com then. 2017 copyright, all rights reserved. Sponsored listing displayed above are served automatically by a third party. Neither the service provider nor the domain owner maintain any relationship with the advertisers. In case of trademark issues, please contact the domain owner directly. Contact information we found in Who Is. So they own the URL, they don't use the URL.
Because they know that people erroneously think that Jiffy is the real name.
Okay, well, you know, when you gotta communicate with the European audiences, you have to like work on a lower level. So they just had to make sure that their message was clear for them, you know. They gotta repeat it a few more times louder.
Oh, hang on.
Americans, they get it the first time, you know. We understand food. Europeans, they need some explaining.
Sure. As it reminds me of there's an amazing like Al Murray, who's a comedian here. They do funny things. I'm not sure if you know what they are. Here, who distributed the entire video.
Damn, dude.
He did the entire.
Did you just say I was the funny one like 2 hours ago?
Yeah, that was a joke too, huh?
Oh.
But yeah, he basically did a video where he can prove
my life into pieces.
He can prove that basically the UK has beaten every other country in the world in a war. It's just amusing.
I'm trying to think of one.
Let me see. I'm
France.
Oh, come on, really? Come on, pick a hard one. Not like every war we've had with them, basically ever. But I can't.
America.
You think you liberated yourselves? We got rid of you. Besides, you named your main building of government after we wrecked it.
That France took us away from you.
No, they freed us from you.
Friendship ended from Britain. France, new best friend.
Yeah, the fact that you think that's a good thing is really amusing to us.
It is a good thing. They did good work in World War II.
No, we burnt down the house. They had to paint it white, which is why it's called the White House.
The Canadians burnt down the house. What are you talking about?
They were ours at the time.
That was Canada.
They were ours.
It was mostly French anyway.
No, they were ours at the time.
But they were French colonists, and they just happened to be a colony of yours. So it was the French Canadians who burnt down the White House.
Hang on,
the British just bookended it, and they wrote it down with their weird, like, lime-scented pens.
Al Murray, UK war. It's an amazing like clip because they basically the people like start shouting like from the audience start chanting random countries, and he just goes like, "Well, that used to be a German like colony at the time, which was released after World War II. Guess who won World War II?"
Wow.
Yeah, but there are things like, well, what about this country? Well, the Americans beat them. We just got the Americans to do it.
That's just giving up, okay?
Yeah.
That's conceding defeat in that line there.
Yeah. Beating something without even having to go there, that's the true definition of winning. when we went for Starsector to this, you know it's good.
Yep.
Yep. I'm going to call it there, folks, because I am technically still sick and my voice is starting to hurt a little bit. And this has stopped.
Fair.
This has stopped being. Now you get to see my like why the DuckTales theme song is stuck in your head right now video, which I was watching beforehand. And yeah,
everyone buy Them's Fighting Herds. It's a good game.
Buy what? Sorry.
Them's Fighting Herds.
Don't know that word.
I'm gonna plug it because I plug it out everywhere now.
What is it?
It's a fighting game, like a 2D arcade stick fighting game.
Oh, Them's Fighting Herds, as in HERDS.
Yes, it's really awful to say it out loud because it's just it's all contractions.
Is it herds as in animal herds?
Yes.
Is it a furry fighting game?
I mean, it was originally Brony.
Oh, I think another one. I think
Yeah.
I think another one. Yeah.
Everyone knows about it, but they like need to be reminded.
Fair.
Like it's a weirdly pervasive game.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, I am going to call it there for now, folks, before I need to go nurse my voice and hopefully so I can record Starsector tomorrow. Thank you very much for Dizzy for joining me. It was very, very awesome.
Yay!
And I believe next week, I think I'm going to be casting it as well. I haven't heard otherwise. You'd have to see, because I think other people wanted to cast as well. So I'm not going to hog it. I was just honored to be able to start off the tournament.
Whoever casts it, though, if I'm involved, it has to be today because I have skipped my entire days of lecture.
Cool. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. For all the people who like, newly followed me, thank you very much. For people who subscribed to me, thank you very much for that. Yeah, next week. I think next week should be round 1. This is round 0. I think next week is round 1. I believe so. I haven't heard otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, unless something goes really, really wrong, we will have another match next week. That's how it's always worked.
Cool. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to see the pairings as well.
Mm-hmm.
Moodbot has been plugging my Discord in the channel, in the chat as well. So if you haven't joined that, join that and go bother me there. I'm very easily bothered.
Bother everyone.
Yep. And I'll say bye now. Bye, folks.
Bye, folks.